Hey everybody, welcome to Just a Bite. Today we're going to make pho ga, which is it's chicken pho. I found a really nice recipe that's super simple. It uses a pressure cooker. You've got an Instant Pot 8-quart here. The recipe is on Serious Eats. I'll put a link to the recipe in the description below. I do change some things, but not much. I am going to double the recipe, and I kind of just add a few things here and there, but it's pretty simple. What you're going to need is you're going to need some oil. This is 4 tablespoons. Again, because I'm doubling. If you want the half, you can just look at the recipe or have it. I've got 4 onions, 4 yellow onions, a bit of ginger, cilantro, and then this is the spice mix that you'll make the stock with. And it's cinnamon, star anise, coriander, and fennel seeds. The nice thing about the pressure cooker when making pho is it makes the best broth in the simplest way. And the best part about what we're doing is we're using drumsticks. So there's chicken bones, there's a whole lot of collagen and gelatin in there. So this broth, that after you make this pho, and put it in the fridge, you'll see that the broth basically solidifies because of how much gelatin is in there. So this is a really quick way to make something super delicious. And we're going to get started. So what you do is you put your pressure cooker on saute, and you want it at the highest setting, and you'll just put the oil in there. And you'll let that oil get nice and hot to where it's smoking. And once it's smoking, you're going to add your onions and your ginger. You want the onions. It doesn't matter if the skins are on the onion or anything, but you'll try and fit as much as you can in there, flat all the way down, and you'll cook it like that without moving until it's nice and charred. So we'll wait till this oil gets hot, and we'll be right back. All right, so the oil's hot and shimmery. We're gonna go ahead and add the onions. Now it's not wide enough there to fit all the onions and ginger, so we're just gonna add a few at a time and see what fits. But we want to char. I have a bowl here to remove the onion and ginger and then add some more if need be. So we'll go ahead and put these guys in. There'll be quite a bit of splattering. And you're going to put this there on the bottom, cut side down, and you're going to just let it get all nice and charred. It'll take probably around 10 minutes or so.
Help me with it. Dad, I'm going to give you this.
Alright, so we'll be back when this is all charred up. So we got our onions and ginger nice and charred, as you can see. It's got that nice blackness to it. I'm just taking it all out because what I like to do now is I like to throw the spices into this nice hot oil, and I like to kind of open their flavors up a little bit. So we'll add in the spices. Again, the spices are, we've got 6 star anise, 2 cinnamon sticks, I actually have 3 in there, 8 cloves, 2 teaspoons of fennel seed, 2 teaspoons of coriander seeds, and then I also put the raw sugar in there. There's 4 tablespoons of raw sugar in there. So we'll go ahead and add those to the pot. And this is a pretty quick process. You don't want anything to burn. Just trying to coat all those spices in oil. And then after this, after we add all these spices in, we'll add all the onions and ginger back. And then we'll add the chicken, which we have the chicken over here. We'll add all these drumsticks in. We'll add the fish sauce, and we'll add 4 quarts of water, or however much will fit into the pot. I'm not sure if 4 quarts will actually fit. We'll have to see. So go ahead and stir those spices around, make sure they're nice and coated in the oil. This only takes like a minute. And if, I don't know what everybody's pressure cooker is like, but it seems like the saute function on mine is not super hot, so it could take a little bit longer. But once you start smelling the fragrance of all the spices, it should be good to go. And I'm starting to smell it about right now. So We'll go ahead and add all the onion and ginger back in. Make sure you get all that in there. We'll mix that up. We'll also add the chicken in there. We'll add the fish sauce. The cilantro. And we'll add the water. So I got about 2 quarts in there, and I think that might be about all I can get. Yep. You don't want to go over your max fill line, so that's about all I'm going to get in there right now. The nice thing about this recipe is it's super quick, and while this is cooking for the next 20 minutes, I believe it takes. It takes 20 minutes. So you're going to put the lid on this, and you're going to put it on high pressure, and you're just going to cook it for 20 minutes. Doesn't matter what setting you have it on the pressure cooker, as long as you have a high pressure. Let's see, poultry. 20 minutes at high pressure. All right. So we'll let that go for 20 minutes. In the meantime, what we'll do is we'll prep all the other things that go with it. So you're gonna have your pho noodles that you're gonna do. You're gonna thinly slice a white or yellow onion. You'll do half a cup of green onion or scallions, and you can just cut those on the bias. You'll want cilantro, Thai basil if you can find it, or regular Italian basil if you can't, and then mint. And you'll just kind of rough chop that. Bean sprouts also go really well in pho. Thai chilies, if you can find them, go great, thinly sliced. I have serranos instead because that's all I could find. So you just thinly slice those serranos, and you can add all these things individually to your bowl as you like. So I'll go ahead and get those herbs prepped, and we'll see you when the pho is done cooking so you can see what it looks like. So this is all the stuff that we add to the pho. Thin sliced white onion, thin sliced green onion, thin sliced serrano pepper, Thai chilies preferred if you can find them. Just rough chopped cilantro, rough chopped Thai basil, and rough chopped mint. There's also a lime here, just cut it into wedges. You could squeeze that in. We got 2 noodle options for our pho tonight. We've got a thin rice noodle that we've never tried before in pho, and then we have the rice sticks. You want something that's going to absorb the flavor of the broth a little bit, so you don't want it super thick. You want it to be a little bit thinner. These are pretty easy to prepare. Directions are right on the bag. So for this, we're going to do the soup, where we'll put it in boiling water for 2 to 3 minutes. And then we might go a little less than that because the broth is pretty hot, so we don't want the noodles to get super overcooked. And then you'll rinse them with cold tap water when they're done, and then you'll put them in your bowls as the base of your soup. And this one here looks about the same. We'll just put it in a large pot of boiling water for 3 to 5 minutes. We'll probably do like 2 to 3 minutes, and then we'll drain them pretty well and do the same thing. I saw some people using the thinner noodles for pho, so we'll give it a try tonight. All right, so the pressure cooker is finished. I actually let it sit for a little bit, just kind of naturally releasing. It's probably been about 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and release the steam now. All right, pressure finally released. So we're gonna open it up here. All right, so it's all done. So now the next step here is we're gonna remove all those chicken drumsticks to a separate plate, right there. We're going to remove all those out, and then we're going to strain the broth through a sieve into a pot. And the reason we're going to do this is so that we have a nice, clean, clear broth to eat our chicken pho with. So I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll pick up from there. All right, so this is the strained broth. You can see all the fat droplets on top and how clear that is. At this point, you want to taste it and see if you need to add any more fish sauce or if you need to add any more sugar to your taste. But this is well strained. If there's any scum that rises to the top, which is not super likely with a pressure cooker broth, then you can skim that off. This looks pretty great. It's nice and clean and it's ready to go. We've got our bowls prepared over here. So we got the noodles and the onion and all the herbs in there, and all you do is you pour that really hot broth over the top, put some drumsticks on it, or chicken, whatever you use, if it's thighs, whatever, and enjoy. All right, everybody, thanks for watching my video. As you can see, it turned out really nice, the picture there. A few things that I wanted to note. The chicken drumsticks, I didn't sear them before putting them in the Instant Pot, and I think looking back I would prefer to have seared those somehow, whether you do it in the oven under the broiler, or if you do it in a separate pot and sear them real quick and then deglaze that pot with some water and add all of it to the pressure cooker, or if you just sear them in the pressure cooker before adding the water and everything. I think that would have given a better result. However, the broth was super tasty and the chicken was super tender. So tender that my 9-month-old son could eat it pretty well. And it was not super spicy. I kind of wish I had some Thai chilies. So again, if you can really find those, that'd be good, unless your spice tolerance is low, in which case the serranos were great. Anyway, thanks for joining us on Just a Bite, and I hope you enjoy. See you next time.